Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things already rolling.
Any attack containing Raul is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it, most of his ilk will put themselves before the team. But Raul is different and has a greater appreciation for all that and likely to put others in before himself.
Oh, can he get onto this? Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Ronaldinho. Looking for the run. Can he get on the end? Great chance!
And the keeper has reacted superbly there. Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Hazard plays it short. Goes looking wide. Big chance! He's delivered all right!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Batistuta! They want to be quick to recover this. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
No foul, says the referee. And that's clear cut, it's a free kick. And here's Cruyff. Ronaldinho. Shifted it to the flank. Ronaldinho. Oh, that's nice. Varane did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Couldn't squeeze it through.
Arsenal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions...
And the shot! Goal! They're level in a trice!
Well, going behind simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Arsenal restore parity.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And he's managed to get free. That's an excellent interception. Thuram.
This is the time you need that pace.
That has ended up in no man's land. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. That looks a good ball through. Ronaldinho finding himself in space. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And the shot! Goal! Japan! And they're back in front. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Ronaldinho is flagged offside. Oh, it's inches away from being a really good ball. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And now the breakaway. De Jong, and it's Bale. Now that's a lovely exchange. He has found the way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Hazard. Now that looks a decent ball. So much time and space. Decent chance! Oh, good finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Japan now in a position far more desirable.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
He's found a way through. Threads one in. Space for him to turn and look. Here's the return pass. This is Dembele. Nice interception, well timed. Raul gets a good foot in there. Cruyff proves just a little bit too strong. Pinches it off him. Rijkaard. Raul.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Rice. And it's Hazard. Oh, it's Dembele. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, just skips past his man. Oh, that's a fine interception. Cruyff going after that. That's the end of the first 45. Oh, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. Down to business again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Tries to pass it through. Yeah. Japan are looking to break at pace. He's got away. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And he is going into that little black book. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Ronaldinho. And this is Batistuta. Pass somewhat off target. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Foot in. Oh, good take in a good area. Oh, sweet feet. He's picked his way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Dembele. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And he's had it nicked away.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. No, not quite on the same wavelength. The most accurate pass. It's loose here, and they'll want to reclaim it. Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he cuts out the supply. Adams. Now it's Batistuta. Azar. Driving on and making good progress. Rice. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. And it's Rice. Vieira conjures time and space where few can. And this is Dembele. Look at the space here. And he shoots! And it's there! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Perfect placement. And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We're up and running then. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but...
Fallen!
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Oh, that's well spotted. Messi. And here's Forlan. And they're back on the ball again. De Jong did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's picked it. Shot a goal! Goal! Morocco! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Marcó en el minuto 8 el dorsal 20.
Sevilla are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Mbappe. And this is Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Chance! It's loose. Oh, what has happened here? Has to go back here. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. Morocco have themselves a chance from the spot. The chance to pull further clear. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, as decisive as it comes. Spot chosen, spot hit.
So that's two now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
And this is Raul. Messi. Morocco are already cruising here. 2-0, a fabulous start. Messi. Aims beyond the defence. Forlan was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And they can counter here. Morocco have hit a quick-fire double here and are well and truly in the driving seat. Messi. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Rijkaard. De Jong. Cafu. Bale making good progress on the right-hand side. And it's Bale. De Jong is always scanning the pitch for targets. Now he's running away. Guti.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
That's been cut out, well played. Rijkaard engages and forces him off the ball.
Such good technique.
Rummenigge, he's had a shot! And no mistake. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Chance here to counter. Messi really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Cafu, De Jong. He is through here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And Guti! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
He won't be happy with that one. Oh, nicely intercepted. Messi. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Just 5 minutes left until the break. He's going for goal! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Guti. Van Bronckhorst. Raul, who's set up one goal so far. Now it's Raul. Guti.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Bale has the space to scheme. Rummenigge does have... And that is the end of the first half. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Morocco leading, but only just 2 on the scoreline.
Cambio de jugadores.
So right back into the action. That has been cut short. Morocco do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Vitinha, it's a pretty loose pass. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Rijkaard. Now it's Mbappe. Pass somewhat off target. Vitinha. Great vision. He's through here. That is a brilliant interception. And that was very necessary. Here's Vitinha. Van Bronckhorst gets over and intercepts. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Now, can they get him away? No, he's just misjudged that one. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Ronaldinho. He's got away. Ronaldinho. This is promising. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Goes for the shot! What a hit! What a hit! A rocket anthem! A finish of true class! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here. Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 23, Messi. El dorsal 22,
Now it's Bale.
el
Looking to
dorsal
play him
13.
in.
Serán sustituidos por...
And he's picked
el
it up out
dorsal
wide.
20, el dorsal
Bale.
26, el dorsal 9. Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Can he get it through?
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Raul. Morocco perhaps contemplating their next change here. That's been slipped through. And it's been played through. And a chance! And it's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Sevilla have their lead.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been a...
And the shot! And how good was that? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Thuram does really well to win the ball there. They'll have one final crack at it.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And here's Raul. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Morocco clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. And that is a routine catch. David. Knocks it into space. Oh, perfectly measured that. Messi! Off the post! No, just not quite.
Well, he's missed a very good chance there. He might have got a little too much on that.
And it's Davids. Tries to pass it through. That's a little off target. And that has left him in a heap. And that's surely a foul. Free kick. And he is going into that little black book. Well, it looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge. Looks to me as though this is probably a little too far out for a shot. What a save from Peter Schmeichel! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Very nicely done. Pedri. Oh, good taken of David. And there goes the final whistle. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round.